Hello everyone, I'm Santiago and today I'm gonna be testing Steep Open Beta on the Geforce GTX 750 Ti for FPS monitoring. I'll be using CAM. If you want to learn how to use it, click on the top right corner of the video where the CAM logo is, or check the description below if you want to learn more. So Steep Open Beta, I'll do 1080p, 900p, 720p, targeting both 30 and 60 FPS. If you want to skip to any of those sections of the video, check the description below. So I'll try to get 60 FPS on 1080p, but it was impossible. On 900p it was difficult, but it's possible if you overclock your 750 Ti on 900p. And on 720p it wasn't that much difficult. It's possible, but it's not that stable. Still, the game runs fine for the most part. You can get 30 FPS just fine on a mix between medium and high on all resolutions, so that's good. I was expecting way worse performance since a lot of people reported me that this ran awful. But now, in order for you to be more informed about the options you can find to get better performance, I'm going to tell you about the worst performing scenarios, plus what are the settings that kill performance the most. So first of all, yes, I'm using a controller, an Xbox 360 controller on my PC. That's why the Xbox prompts show up. And I'm going to talk about some of the options you might want to know about in this game. In the options menu, you can see the difference between the graphics settings by looking at the picture at the right, which is awesome. More games should have this. When you just put the mouse over the option and it will show you the difference between the two, so you have an idea what you're doing to the game. The options don't do much to the frame rate alone, so my suggestion is just lowering them in groups if possible. Environment quality is an important one. I suggest lowering that with shadow quality at the same time. So if you're using environment quality on ultra and shadow quality on ultra, just lower them both to high. Helps a lot to the frame rate. Ambient occlusion, we have SSBC or none. If you turn that off, you'll get a good FPS boost. Then we have temporal filtering. Temporal filtering is the same option as on Rainbow Six Siege. It reconstructs the image using 2 of the frames. So you're using pretty much a lower resolution, but you're not really noticing it. I mean, you can notice it if you look for it, but it's very subtle. So I prefer using that than the actual resolution because the image looks much softer, which in my opinion looks better. And it gives you a good FPS boost and uses less video memory. So I suggest you enable it. It looks good just like on Rainbow Six Siege. Then on the anti-aliasing options, we have FXAA and FXAA+, not really a big hit to the frame rate. And the multi-sample anti-aliasing. If you're using temporal filtering, you cannot use MSIA, but if you use MSIA, it will be a big hit to the frame rate, so keep that in mind. And finally, we have anisotropic filtering, which is not a big hit to the frame rate either, at least on my end. But yeah, not much else to say. The game runs pretty good on all the cards I tested, but let's wait for the final game to release. It'll probably run very similar since the game's release is very close. The FPS drops I found out were when going close to trees, so when you're very close to one or many trees, you'll see an FPS drop. That's why I started just moving around places that had trees on them. But yeah guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you keep enjoying the video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.
need to watch myself out here. Busted me up pretty good.